Hallo iedereen, welkom bij Dutch and Winter. Today we're going to be talking about two prepositions which a lot of you might find confusing. It's basically the two prepositions bij and met. I've received some questions in the comments about the difference between these two prepositions, so that's why I decided to dedicate a separate video to these two often confused prepositions, which I also feel like a lot of Portuguese people tend to mix up because I feel like they're often so similar to Portuguese, like com, that kind of thing. Why is it important? Why are we looking at these prepositions? Well, basically, in order to avoid confusion and saying things that you don't want to say. So, for example, there's a big difference between ik slaap met mijn moeder, which I don't think you want to say. It's kind of incestuous, take a hint, versus ik slaap bij mijn moeder, which is absolutely fine. It just means that you're sleeping at your mom's place. Or also, for example, ik eet met mijn familie. Can also say that. Ik eet bij mijn familie. Yes, that's also fine. However, ik eet mijn familie, that's then kind of not fine. So let's leave it at like that. Prepositions, will stop you from having incestuous relationships with your mother and will also help you not to become a cannibal. Let's go. So first of all, something about the word bij. Don't be fooled. First of all, bij can be a noun. De bij, the bee. It's a noun. It's a thing. Many words in Dutch have the same form, radically different grammatical functions and meaning. We're not going to talk about that now. But then bij is also a preposition. Just for context's sake, a preposition is like a little puppy. Little puppies we never ever leave alone. And prepositions we also never leave alone, unaccompanied. So basically, a preposition always needs to be accompanied by a responsible adult. That is to say, in my analogy here, a noun. A noun. Prepositions always are combined with nouns. Op het werk, naast het huis, onder de tafel, over de brug, voor jou. Nouns or people pronouns, that kind of thing. But prepositions are always combined with nouns. So just to make things clear, there's also a bij that you sometimes find in combination with separable verbs. I'm also not going to be covering that today because there's only so much time, and I'm not planning to make these videos like 3 hours long like a random Tarkovsky movie. So that's not how we roll here. Okay, so nice and short, nice and easy. So no separable verbs today with bij either. But however, something about the word bij and when you use it. So first of all, a nice little mnemonic trick that I always have is that you often use it with verbs like zijn and blijven, which kind of is easy to remember because then you have 3 times ei. Zijn, blijven, bij. That's kind of a nice trick. Because of course, bij, when you combine it with a person, bij iemand, bij mijn vriend, bij een vriendin, bij mijn moeder, bij jouw vader, etc. It doesn't mean with, it means at someone's place, at that person's place, normally. And so that's also why you would often combine bij with verbs like zijn and blijven. If you have any questions about the differences between zijn and blijven, and then also worden, check out my previous video that I've made about that, because that will be incredibly helpful to you. Hopefully, at least, if I didn't screw up. But to come back to the main points, basically, blijven, zijn, we can combine a lot with bij. Or for that matter, any activities that you can do at someone's place, at home. Bij mijn moeder naar een film kijken. Bij mijn vader iets eten. Bij mijn familie logeren. Bij mijn oom een glas wijn drinken. Etc. etc. So that means that you would be doing it at someone's place, whatever activity you've got going on. You could also use it when you're sort of near someone. However, I would not advise you to do that. So imagine a situation, you're walking in town with your mom and a friend of you calls and he or she asks, hey, waar ben jij? En jij zegt, ja, ik ben bij mijn moeder. Thuis? Nee, in de stad. Dat is geen duidelijke communicatie. Waarom gebruik je die prepositie? Ik weet het niet, ik heb geen grammatica gestudeerd. Ik wel, etc. We don't want that. It can be a little bit confusing because it leaves some room for ambiguity. But of course it can also mean that you're near to someone. However, the context in which you would use that would be relatively limited. So normally when we combine bij with a person, it always means at someone's place. Moving on to the next meaning. The next meaning is in combination with a place, a location. And there it means near. Ik ben bij de kerk. I'm near the church. I'm just around the church. Somewhere near the church. Hij staat bij de bank. We wachten bij de parkeerplaats. We ontmoeten elkaar bij het park. Near the park, not in the park. Near the park. So bij in combination with a location means near. Now let's compare that to the preposition met. Met is really easy because there I can just sort of say it corresponds to with in English. So it basically is used for activities that you do with someone else. Ik ga met mijn moeder een wandeling maken. Ik wil met mijn vader naar een film kijken. Ik wil met mijn familie een skivakantie organiseren. So that's sort of together with someone that you would do something. And then the other context in which you would use the word met would be sort of in combination. So for example, in België eten de mensen mosselen met frieten. Dat is een fantastische combinatie. En meestal eet je de frieten met mayonaise. Mosselen met frieten met mayonaise is een typische traditionele combinatie van een klassiek Vlaams-Belgisch gerecht. Of bijvoorbeeld in Italië eten ze vaak pizza met tomatensaus en met mozzarella. So here, when things are combined, when you combine things, oftentimes food, that's when you would also use met. Basically, met corresponds to with in English. So, that's it. I hope that was clear for all of you out there. The difference between bij and met and when you would use one and when you would use the other. If I've left something out, if I've forgotten something, please leave a comment in the comment box down below. I would love to know what you think, and if you were struggling with these prepositions and if I've managed to clear up certain doubts that you might have had. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time at Dutch&Go. Leave a comment, subscribe. Tot de volgende keer. Dag!